तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद, and thank you for joining us today. We will continue our journey on the ilm wa amal, the knowledge and the practice. Inshallah, let's start with the blessed name of Imam Zaman. Nur Maulana Shah Karimul Hussaini Hazir Imam Ya Maulai Mehरबान मदद फरमा अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा या शाह अकरम शाह करीम अल अकरम या शाह अकरम या शाह करीम अल अकरम मदद फरमा या मौला तौफीक ताहिद हिम्मत व यारी मौला तौफीक ताहिद हिम्मत व यारी मौला या मौला मेहरबान मदद फरमा या मौला अपने नूर की रोशनी में अपने नूर के तवस्सुत से मौला हम गरीबों की मदद फरमा मौला या मौला मेहरबान मदद फरमा As we had ended our previous session, what should we learn first? Now that we have understood that no action can be taken without understanding it first. As Imam have said in his many faramin, especially regarding the dua and our tariqah, that we must understand our tariqah. We read some of those faramin, especially this farman touches our heart of Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah Alayhi. May our soul be sacrificed to him. That if you only teach your children the physical tariqah, then the physical religion will sit in their heart and they would not know anything of our tariqah. As our tariqah is the tariqah of batin, not zahir, then whatever we see in the zahir are the example for us to search and seek the batin from it. ये बहुत ही खास नुक्ता है कि जब मौला ने फरमाया कि अगर आप अपने बच्चों को सिर्फ जिस्मानी मजहब यानी कि जाहिर और जाहिर सिखाओगे तो उनके दिलों में जाहिर बैठ जाएगा और वो कभी भी हमारे मजहब के बातीन को नहीं समझ पाएंगे और चूंकि वो बातीन को नहीं समझे होंगे तो वो कभी भी हमारे मजहब को समझ नहीं पाएंगे एंड देन मौला सेज इट इज important and fundamental for the future of our Jamaat that they must understand the batin of our tariqa. ये जरूरी है हमारी जमात के भविष्य के लिए आइंदा आने वाले वक्तों के लिए because these children are the children our leaders of tomorrow. Can you imagine you have a leader in a Jamaat who does not know anything about our tariqah? You will be responsible for that because you did not teach your children the batin of our tariqah. Imagine that for a second. I believe our children are the future and the leaders of our tariqah. And if they don't know anything about our tariqah or the batin of our tariqah, what kind of leader would they be? Imagine that. आप ख्याल करें कि मौला ने फरमाया कि अगर आप सिर्फ इसको जिस्मानी मजहब सिखाएंगे तो उनके दिलों में खाली जाहिरी मजहब बैठ जाएगा और उसको अपने मजहब के बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं होगा। और ये बच्चे कल हमारे जमात के लीडर हो गए। और सोचे वो कैसे लीडर हो गए जिसको हमारे मजहब के बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं होगा, हमारे मजहब के बातीन के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं होगा, क्योंकि माँ बाप ने उनको सिर्फ जाहिर सिखाया, बातीन नहीं सिखाया। हमारे मजहब का जो बातीन है, कोर है, एसेंस नहीं सिखाया। It is responsibility on the parents above all others. Parents. Then maybe once a week REC teacher, only once a week. Then Mukhi Kamriya and then Tariqa board. Parents have the upper hand when it comes to teach the knowledge of our tariqah, the batini essence of our tariqah to the children. And therefore, we must take an effort to learn. Many parent comes to me and says, my children doesn't do this. My children doesn't understand this. My question always is, do you understand this? Do you understand this? Only reason your children doesn't understand because you never taken an effort to understand. So let's try together, you and me, one-on-one, individually, personally, so we can help our children. Obviously, in our end of last session, we asked, where should we start? And we all agreed that we should start with the most obvious place, and that is Jamaat Khana. There are 4 things that we can touch on Jamaat Khana. Looks like we are going to Jamaat Khana. We are good, Ismaili. We do go to Jamaat Khana. But do we truly understand what Jamaat Khana is? Do we go there to socialize? A story from a book called Do You Ever Wonder? A book written for the REC children, young ones, for the parents to teach their children. It's called Do You Ever Wonder? A short story. A family, just like your family and my family. Evening time, family gather at the dinner table after they're coming home from work. उसको उर्दू में भी समझाऊंगा क्योंकि ये बहुत जरूरी है सीखना हमारे लिए. This family is a Momin family. They eat their dinner before they go to Jamaat Khana. So they do not have to come home and eat dinner because that would be not good for our morning ibadat practice. So they eat their dinner in the evening before they go to Jamaat Khana. On the dining table, 3 children, husband and wife. Husband says, and pay attention to this because there's a lesson to be learned in this story. This story is not for the sake of a story. It's the lesson to be learned. The husband says, are we going to Jamaat Khana today? And the wife says, yes, would be nice if you could go to Jamaat Khana. It has been a heavy day at work. It has been a heavy day on my soul, on my mind. It would be nice if you can go to Jamaat Khana, offer our prayers, ask for forgiveness, do some sajda. It will do us good. The one of the children, the daughter, says, oh yes, I would like to go to the Jamaat Khana. On the way back home, I would like to stop at a shopping center because I need to buy something. Because if you leave for the Jamaat Khana, who would take me to the shopping afterward? The other child, the son, says, I like to go to Jamaat Khana because I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I have no homework. Would be nice to go and socialize. The third daughter says, the third child, the daughter says, I wanted to meet my friends. So I will also come to the Jamaat Khana. What is the moral of this story? The niyat, the intention. If you look at the intention, the wife's intention was to focus, ask for forgiveness, offer the prayers, do some sajda, giryawazari, to cleanse herself. Only reason older daughter was going because she wanted to go for shopping afterward. The son was going because he was bored. The third child, the daughter, was going because she wanted to meet her friends. Did not all five of them go to Jamaat Khana? All five went to Jamaat Khana, right? But where is our niyat? What was the intention? यहां पर पहले मैं उर्दू में समझाता जाऊं. एक किस्सा हालांकि कहानी की तरह है लेकिन सीखने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि इसके अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें समझाई गई है. ये किताब क्या आपने कभी सोचा, डू यू एवर वंडर, से उसको लिया गया है. ये बच्चों के लिए लिखी गई थी ताकि पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को सिखा सके. उसमें एक कहानी सुनाई जाती है एक इस्माइली फैमिली की. शाम के वक्त वो जमात खाने के जाने से पहले खाना खा लेते थे ताकि रात को पेट भर के ना सोए क्योंकि फिर सुबह को उठने में मसला होता है, क्योंकि मोमिन फैमिली थी. तो शाम को खाते वक्त शोहर पूछता है, आज जमात खाने जाना है? बीवी कहती है हाँ जाना है, आज बहुत ही कठिन दिन था मेरा. कुछ दुआ पढ़ेंगे, कुछ तोबो तोबो करेंगे, कुछ गिरियावजारी करेंगे, गिनान सुनेंगे ताकि दिल का बोझ हल्का हो, रूह का गुनाह माफ हो और हम जाएंगे जमात खाने ताकि सुकून हासिल हो. पहला बच्चा, बड़ी बेटी कहती है कि मुझे भी जाना है क्योंकि अगर आप लोग चले जाओगे तो मुझे शॉपिंग करनी थी थोड़ी, तो मैं आप लोगों के साथ जमा से चलती हूँ ताकि वापसी में आप मुझे शॉपिंग सेंटर ले जाएं, मुझे एक आध चीज लेनी है. दूसरा बच्चा, बेटा, कहता है कि मैं घर में बोर हो रहा हूं, चलो मैं भी तुम्हारे साथ चलता हूं, इस बहाने कुछ गपशप हो जाएंगी. आखिरी बच्चा, लड़की, कहती है कि मुझे अपनी फ्रेंड से मिलना है, तो चलो मैं भी जमा से चलती हूँ, वहां मेरी फ्रेंड को मिल लूंगी. आप सोचिए कि पांचों पांच जमात खाने जाते हैं, लेकिन नियत कहाँ है? ये तो पांचों पांच जमात खाने, नियत कहाँ है? ये कहानी का एसेंस है इधर. Think about it. All five went to Jamaat Khana. Husband took the initiative. The wife had the niyat of offering dua and do some giryawzari. As for forgiveness, she had a perfect reason to go to Jamaat Khana, and the niyat was correct. What is the moral of this story? The three children. Only reason they wanted to go because one wanted to go shopping afterward, second was bored, and third wanted to meet the friends. Because they were never taught that going to Jamaat Khana not for the physical reason but for the spiritual reason. Was the daughter number daughter number one was incorrect? No, she was not incorrect. She could have said that let's go to Jamaat Khana, we will offer our prayer, do our duty, and then I can go get few things from the shopping center. Her niyat would be correct because she was never taught that. Son could have said that it is better to sit at home and not do anything. It would be nice if I would obey the farman of the Imam and go to Jamaat Khana and offer my prayers. And he could have corrected his intention. Still, the action would be same. Action was same. The niyat was incorrect. अमाल का दारो मदार नियत पर है. नियत जमात खाने जाकर दुआ पढ़ने की नहीं थी, शॉपिंग करने की थी. बोर ना हो जाओ इसलिए जमात खाने जाना था, दोस्तों से मिलना है इसलिए जमात खाने जाना था. Because they were not taught from the childhood the importance of the Jamaat Khana, and before you go to Jamaat Khana, have a niyat, intention, a good intention to go to Jamaat Khana. The purpose of going to Jamaat Khana was never taught. The, what was taught? Let's go to Jamaat Khana and it would be fun. Let's go to Jamaat Khana. On the way back, we can go shopping. Let's go to Jamaat Khana because you are not doing anything home anyway. You are getting bored, let's go to Jamaat Khana. Or your friend going to be there, let's go to Jamaat Khana. Because we are the parents. Our children are the reflection of what we have taught them. Think about it. I'm not asking for any one to share any experience with me. I'm not asking for that. Do not share your experience. What I'm asking you to do, reflect and ask. Remember, we are learning together, you and me, one on one, individually, personally. Did we ever teach our children to start the journey with a good intention? You see how important the ilm is in the action. Action is there. Action, all five took the same journey. अमाल तो पांचों पांच ने किया, लेकिन इल्म ना होने की वजह से तीन को कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि नियत ही नहीं थी. अगर हमने उसको अच्छे तरह से सिखाया होता कि बच्चों, जमात खाने जाने से पहले जमात खाने जाने की नियत करनी होती है। आप पूछिए अपने आप को, क्या हमने कभी अपने बच्चों को ये सिखाया? जमात खाने जाने का पर्पस क्या था? वहां जाकर हमको दुआ पढ़नी है। व्हाट इज माई प्रूफ? You yourself in our previous session have said there is hardly any discipline amongst the youngster in Jamaat Khana. You have said it, right? Because they don't understand the purpose of coming to Jamaat Khana because they were never taught. I would never ever blame my children. Only person I can blame is myself. I would never blame my children because it does not do you any good. But if we blame ourselves, if we reflect, we can learn. See, blaming for not just for the sake of blaming, for the sake of learning. Because when we don't think we are wrong, we cannot learn. We cannot correct. We don't have to do anything differently than what we did yesterday. But when we do that, when we reflect on it, we learn. आप मेरी बात को समझ रहे हैं कि बच्चों को ब्लेम करने से बेहतर है अपने गिरेबान में झांक कर देखें, ताकि हम अपने आप को दुरुस्त कर सके पहले, ताकि हम सीख सके। जब हम सीख लेंगे तो हम अपने बच्चों को सिखा सकेंगे। पेरेंट्स आते हैं, कहते हैं नहीं हमारे बच्चों को सिखा दो, हमको नहीं सीखना है, हमारा तो ईमान मजबूत है। अरे भाई, आपका ईमान तो मजबूत है, इल्म के साथ अगर आप कुछ काम करेंगे आपको ज्यादा फायदा होगा और आपके बच्चों को भी आप सिखा सकेंगे। बात यहाँ पर ईमान की नहीं हो रही है, बात यहाँ पर इल्म और समझ की हो रही है। Parents come and say, no, 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 we are firm in our faith. No one is challenging your faith. We are not even talking about your faith. We are talking about the ilm, the knowledge, the understanding, the essence of our tariqah, so you may benefit from it much better and also can teach your children. My brothers and sisters, my friends, that is the power of ilm. Ilm and then amal. Understand and then do it. If you learn, you can teach. You would know how to help. Your children are seeking help. They're screaming for help, and we are not able to help because we don't know ourselves. Jamaat Khana, the building. What is the significance of Jamaat Khana, the building itself? How do we see the Jamaat Khana, the building? Originally, historically, the very first and initial house of prayer, Jamaat Khana, Khana-e-Kaaba, the house of God, the home of the Noor of the Imam, the birthplace of Ali Zaman is Khana-e-Kaaba. Then that is the example to have that every place there should be a house of God, so you can easily reach and approach to this house of God, because we cannot reach or seek and approach as the Khana Kaaba is not near us. So Khana Kaaba was the lesson, was the example to have a home of the Noor of the Imam near you. So look at the blessing of the Imam on us. that He has given us a home of the Ali, a Jamaat Khana in our town, in our city, somewhere near us, somewhere where we can reach and we can seek the peace and guidance. That is the purpose of building Jamaat Khana all around the world. Wherever Ismaili live, not necessary it may be in your small town, but it will be somewhere near you. Unless you have gone to a country where you are the only Ismaili, and that happens. And it happened in the countries wherever we are living today, especially in Western countries. When we came over here, sometimes there would not be a Jamaat Khana close to us. But eventually, with the blessing of the Imam, now we have so many Jamaat Khana and sometimes so many Jamaat Khana within a city. Like in Houston, we have more than, I don't know, close to 10 Jamaat Khanas. Look at Toronto, look at Vancouver. In Asia, look at Pakistan, or look at Karachi, or look at just the garden area. You will find 5 Jamaat Khanas within walking distance. So Jamaat Khana is the purpose of having house of God where we can approach on daily basis on convenient location. That is the purpose. Jamaat Khana, the word Jamaat Khana is for the Jamaat. Jamaat Khana is not a place of amusement. Jamaat Khana को amusement की जगह नहीं है. Why do I say that? Because sometimes our children and ourselves ask, how come others cannot come to Jamaat Khana? Jamaat Khana, the word Jamaat. Look at how logical that is. The house for the Jamaat is does not call masjid. Masjid, a place of submission. Whoever submit can go there. But Jamaat Khana is a house for the Jamaat. You see? Logical. Our tariqa is the logic and intellect. Jamaat Khana. For the Jamaat. Anyone can come to Jamaat Khana. Anyone in the world can come to Jamaat Khana. What do they have to do? Meet the condition and become the Jamaat. Isn't there a places in your city, in your country, where you only can go if you are a member? You have to meet the condition. What about your home? Can anyone come to your home? No. Everyone cannot come to your home. They have to meet the condition. They have to be your friend and family. They have to take permission from you. Just like that, anyone in the world can come to Jamaat Khana. They have to meet the condition and they have to have a permission of the Lord of the house, the Imam of the time. And when did we get the permission? When we took the bayat and we said, we are your murid, we are your Jamaat, and then we have the permission to go to the Jamaat Khana. It's not that hard, my friends. जमात खाना जमात के लिए बनाया गया है, गेरों के लिए नहीं. ये कोई निमाइश नहीं लगी है जमात खाने में कि हर आदमी आकर देखे कि जमात खाने में क्या हो रहा है. जिस तरह से बहुत सारी जगहें होती है दुनिया के अंदर जहां पर हर कोई मुंह उठाकर नहीं चले जाता है. जैसा कि आपका घर है, आपके घर में कौन आता है? सब लोग नहीं आ सकते हैं. आपकी फैमिली होनी चाहिए, आपके फ्रेंड होने चाहिए और आपकी इजाजत होनी चाहिए, तब जाके वो आपके घर में आते हैं. अगर वो इमाम की इजाजत से आते हैं, अगर वो जमात है, यानी कि वो पार्ट ऑफ द ग्रुप है, पार्ट ऑफ द फैमिली है, तो फिर वो आ सकते हैं। उनको क्या करना पड़ेगा? इमाम की बैयत में आना पड़ेगा, इमाम की परमिशन लेनी होगी, उनको जमात का पार्ट होना पड़ेगा, तब वो जमात खाने आ सकते हैं। कोई जमात खाना घूमने फिरने की तो जगह नहीं है। कोई कहेगा फिर मस्जिद में तो हम सब जा सकते हैं। हाँ, क्योंकि मस्जिद सजदा करने की जगह है, जो भी सजदा करता है वो जा सकता है, वो जमात खाना नहीं है, वो जमात खाना नहीं है, वो तो सजदा करने की जगह है, जो भी सजदा करता है वहां जा सकता है। लेकिन जमात खाना, नाम देखें, जमात खाना, द हाउस फॉर द जमात, and you will find the same question and answer in the very book I mentioned. Do you ever wonder? क्या आपने कभी सोचा? इस किताब में इस सवाल का जवाब दिया गया है। So initial we talked about the building. Within the building, what do you see? You see a shoe company, you see a prayer hall, and you see a social hall. Those three things you will see in every Jamaat Khana. A place where you can park your shoes, a prayer hall, and a social hall. You will find this in every single Jamaat Khana. Shoe company is very, very important part of our Jamaat Khana and the part of our Khidmat. Sadly, because we do not understand the value of the Khidmat, some of the Jamaat Khana today in the modern world, so-called modern world, they are taking the service of the shoe company out of the hands of the Mu'mineen. That is a sad part. Very, very sad part. Because the best khidmat in the Jamaat Khana is not standing in front of Mukhi Sahib, is not standing in the Nandi part, is not standing in the middle of the Jamaat Khana, is not standing anywhere else. The best khidmat in Jamaat Khana is the khidmat of shoes company, because shoes company is a symbol of the seva, symbol of the humility, symbol of a mu'min giving service to other mu'min. Sad that because we do not have enough ilm and the understanding of this great seva, we are removing this seva from the Jamaat Khana in the name of modern world. बहुत ही अफसोस कि जमात खाने के अंदर जो शूज कंपनी है, जो हमारी पुरानी मुल्कों में रहते हैं उनको पता नहीं होगा, हम बहुत मॉडर्न हो गए हैं वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज के अंदर, कि हमने जमात खाने के अंदर से शूज कंपनी जैसी सबसे बेहतरीन खिदमत को हटा लिया है। आपको पता नहीं होगा शायद, आप जो मशरिक में रहते हैं आपको अंदाजा नहीं होगा कि हम इतने मॉडर्न हो गए हैं कि हमने एक खिदमत जो सबसे बड़ी सेवा थी, सबसे बेहतरीन सेवा थी, वो शूज कंपनी की थी। क्योंकि शूज कंपनी हमको सिखाती है कि आजिजी किस तरह की जाती है, हमको एक अच्छा मोमिन बनाती है, हमको मोमिन की खिदमत सिखाती है, हमको सिखाती है कि मोमिन के जूते किस तरह से उठाए जाते हैं, मोमिन के पांव की मट्टी के बराबर अपने आप को कैसा करार दिया जाता है, वो शूज कंपनी की सेवा सिखाती है। अफसोस हमने मॉडर्न होने के नाम पर, कि हम मॉडर्न कंट्रीज में रहते हैं, इस पवित्र और सबसे बेहतरीन खिदमत को हमारे जमात खानों से हटा लिया। अफसोस, सद अफसोस, ना समझी ना इल्मी की वजह से। Then comes the voluntarism. The second, the best khidmat, the voluntarism is those who stand outside in the parking lot, outside the Jamaat Khana. Cold, heat, rain, snow. They are standing outside the Jamaat Khana for the security of the Jamaat. If I were you, every time you see a volunteer in the parking lot outside the Jamaat Khana, make sure you say Yali Madad to them. That is your acknowledgement that we see you and we appreciate you. And if you have humility in your heart, say thank you for your service. That shows that you see them, you appreciate them, and you are thankful to them. That shows your humility. Do not ignore them. You know why? Imam does not ignore them. Imam says, I appreciate my volunteer and their seva more than any other seva. You could be a Tariqa board chairman. You could be a president of the association. Imam doesn't talk about you. Imam talk about their volunteer. Their volunteer. Imam say, I appreciate them. I see you, Imam says. Imam see them and appreciate them. Do you see them? Aren't we supposed to follow Imam's footsteps? Are we supposed to do what Imam says and does? Imam say, I see you and I appreciate you. When was the last time did you do that? Power of the ilm. Ilm and amal. When you see them, make sure you say Yali Madad, and then if you could, say thank you for your service. Because that is what Imam is doing, and we are supposed to follow Imam's footsteps. जब आप जमात खाने जाएं और वो वॉलंटियर जो बाहर सड़क पे खड़े हुए हैं, गर्मी सर्दी बारिश, जरूर उसको याली मदद बोले। याली मदद बोलते हुए आप ये कहते हैं कि देखो मैं आपको देख रहा हूं, मैंने आपकी सर्विस को देखा है, मैं आपका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूं, और दिल से बोले थैंक यू फॉर योर सर्विस। क्योंकि ये इमाम करता है और हमको इमाम के नक्शे कदम पर चलना है। इमाम ने वॉलंटियर्स को अप्रिशिएट किया है। इमाम ने नहीं बोला कि तरीका बोर्ड के चेयरमैन को मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूं, एसोसिएशन के प्रेसिडेंट को मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूं, वॉलंटियर को मैं क्या बोला इमाम ने? आई सी यू, मैं तुम्हें देख रहा हूं, तुम्हारी सेवा को मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूं। वॉलंटियर को अप्रिशिएट किया है। हमको इमाम के नक्शे कदम में चलते चलते ये काम करना है। शूज कंपनी में जब आप शूज के जूते रखे हैं तो वॉलंटियर को बोले थैंक यू। जब वो आपको टोकन दे ना, पहले जाके बोलो याली मदद, फिर जब वो टोकन दे आपको तो बोले थैंक यू। When was the last time you said thank you when they give you the token at the shoes company? कब आपने उसको याली मदद बोलते हुए जूते दिए और शुक्रिया करते हुए उससे टोकन लिया? Self reflection is very important in the learning of the ilm. If you cannot reflect and criticize yourself, you cannot learn. I'm telling you, you are wasting your time if you cannot reflect on yourself and if you cannot criticize yourself. This is how we learn. We criticize ourselves, we reflect on ourselves, and then we learn and then we follow. Ask yourself, When was the last time you say Yali Madad when you are giving the shoes? And when did you say thank you when you received the token? Is your answer never? Or is your answer sometime? Maybe, maybe I did it, maybe I didn't. Well, from today onward, आज के बाद आप उसको पहले याली मदद करेंगे जूते देते हुए, टोकन लेते हुए उसको शुक्रिया अदा करेंगे, बिकॉज ये इमाम करता है और हम इमाम के मुरीद हैं, हम उसके नक्शे कदम पर चलते हैं। अब आए प्रेयर हॉल की तरफ, जहां पर हम बैठकर दुआ पढ़ते हैं। उसकी इज्जत करनी है। जमात खाने के अंदर, जमात खाने के अंदर यानी प्रेयर हॉल के अंदर, यहां पर केक लगाना, जोर से बातें करना, किसी की गिला गिबत करना, इस बात की निशानदेही करता है कि आपने जमात खाने के अंदर इमाम को हाजिर और मौजूद नहीं समझा है। If you are in the prayer hall, you are laughing out loud, talking out loud, gossiping, backbiting. If you're doing all that, you yourself are telling yourself, I don't believe the Imam is present in the Jamaat Khana. I'm not saying that. You are saying through your action that I do not believe Imam is present in Jamaat Khana. Because if you believed, you will never laugh out loud in the front of the Imam, talk out loud in the front of the Imam. You will not gossip and backbite in the front of the Imam. Would you do that in front of the Imam? No, you will never do that. Only reason we are doing that because we do not believe Imam is present in the Jamaat Khana. Self-reflection. हम जमात खाने जाके केके लगा कर हंसते हैं, जोर जोर से बातें करते हैं। मुखी साहब को बार बार कहना पड़ता है, जमातो खामोश रहो, जमात खाने की इज्जत करो। क्या वजह है पता है? क्योंकि हमको ईमान ही नहीं है, हम समझते ही नहीं है, हम पर इसका कोई भरोसा नहीं है कि इमाम जमात खाने में मौजूद है। अगर आप जानते कि इमाम जमात खाने में मौजूद है, आप कभी भी जमात खाने में के नहीं लगाते, जोर जोर से बातें नहीं करते। जब इमाम आते हैं, कब आपने जोर जोर से के लगाए और जोर जोर से बातें की? वहां बैठकर किसी की गिला गिबत और पंचायत और बुराइयां नहीं करते कभी भी हम। अगर हमें ईमान होता, यकीन होता कि जमात खाने में इमाम मौजूद है। Social hall. Social hall is there for you to socialize. Now you can talk. Not inside the Jamaat Khana. Now you can socialize. Not inside the Jamaat Khana. Now it's time for have little bit fun. Not inside the Jamaat Khana. You see, we have proper places for the proper reason. Social hall for the socialism and prayer hall for the prayers. हमारे पास ऐसी जगहें हैं जमात खाने में जहां पर हम खड़े रह के बातें कर सकते हैं, एक दूसरे से मिल सकते हैं और कुछ फन भी कर सकते हैं। चाय भी पी सकते हैं, कॉफी भी पी सकते हैं, बातें भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन वो बाहर जमात खाने के अंदर नहीं। जमात खाना इबादत के लिए है। वहां आप के लगा रहे हैं, दूसरे लोग नीचे बैठकर दुआ पढ़ रहे हैं, आप जोर जोर से बातें कर रहे हैं, वो नीचे बैठ के गिरियावजारी कर रहे हैं, आप उसको डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं, आप गुनहगार हो रहे हैं। आप जमात खाने गए थे सवाब लेने के लिए, आप गुनाह लेके आ गए। When you in the prayer hall, laughing out loud, talking out loud, behaving like children, behaving like animal, you know what you're doing? You are disturbing those who are sitting there and try to focus on their ibadat, in their dua, in their tasbiyat, in their giriyawzari. You went to Jamaat Khana to receive some goodness, you are bringing in the sin because you disturbed those mu'mineen who are sitting there. Not only we need to learn, we need to teach this to our children. The purpose of the prayer hall. The sex, the prayer hall is the place where we're supposed to pray, not socialize. Then there is a place outside where you can socialize if you wish. You can talk if you wish. You can have fun if you wish. Nobody is stopping you. That's why it's called multi-purpose Jamaat Khana. Purpose of prayers and purpose of socializing. Now you can talk to your friends. Nobody is stopping you. But we must understand the Jamaat Khana as a totality, as a complete Jamaat Khana. Then we can go there and we can benefit from this Jamaat Khana. We would have no issues, no problem understanding. So this was our lesson number 1 today. Now you tell me what would you like to learn next week. We're only going to teach and we're going to have a discussion what we want together, not what I want. हम मिलकर ये करिकुलम बना रहे हैं ताकि हम वो बातें सीखे जो सवालात हो गए ना आपके आज, उसके ऊपर आपका नेक्स्ट लेसन होगा ताकि हम मिलकर सीख सके जो हमको सीखना है. Thank you so much for joining. Please go ahead if you have any comments, any question, anything you like to ask, anything you like to learn, please ask. Ji.
Subhanallah, sir. Thank you very much for explaining so detailed things. The way I understand today is the intention matters a lot. The action comes after. First, the intention is there. So when the intention is pure, the action is going to be pure and according to the Imam's Farman. So, shukr alhamdulillah for explaining it that. Friends, if you have any questions, please put in the chat box, or you can always raise the my hand raise feature. Sir, friend has asked if you can explain the meaning of Shah Karim Al Akram, the zikr that we have started doing as a salwat, and also Shah Karim Al Akram, please.
Shah Karim Al Akram. Shah the king. Let's take the words first, then I'll explain the meaning behind it. Shah, the king, the Lord, the Malik. Shah Karim. Karim is the Lord, the king, the Malik. Al Akram. Al Akram is one of the blessed name of Allah. Kareem, Al Kareem, Akram, and Al Akram. 4-time superlative term. उर्दू में भी अभी समझा देता हूं. 4-time superlative term. That Kareem, the Imam Zaman, the Lord of the Zaman, is not only Kareem, the merciful. He is Al Kareem, the most merciful. Akram, the most merciful. Al Akram, the most merciful. He is the most merciful. यहां पर 4 अल्फाज है. शाह, करीम, अल अकरम. शाह का मतलब है कि वो हमारा मालिक मौला है. करीम हमारा मालिक और हमारा मौला है. अल अकरम अल अकरम जो है उस वो 4 मर्तबा ज्यादा मेहरबान है। करीम मेहरबान, अल करीम ज्यादा मेहरबान, अकरम ज्यादा ज्यादा मेहरबान, अल अकरम ज्यादा 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 मेहरबान। तो हम कहते हैं ओ माय लॉर्ड करीम जमान, यू आर द मोस्ट 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 मर्सीफुल। हम क्या कहते हैं कि या मौला या करीम, ना सिर्फ तुम मेहरबान है बल्कि बहुत बहुत ज्यादा और बहुत ज्यादा मेहरबान है। दैट इज दी शाए करीम अल अकरम। In the Quran it says, I believe it's 8:103, check it out, I may be mistaken. They remember me by my best name. Remember me by my best name. Kareem, Al Kareem, Akram, Al Akram is the best attribution, the most merciful Imam Zaman. So it's according with the Farman of the Quran. Ji.
जी, Subhanallah, sir. Thank you. Sir, there is a question that I always get through my, teenager kids, that how do we increase our faith for Imam Zaman? Like, because faith is not like just one at a time. Faith is like going step by step, every day, little by little, step by step. So how do we increase it? How do we increase our love and faith towards our Imam Zaman?
Very good. Ilm, ilm, and ilm. The more you know something or somebody, the more you will love him. And here the question is toward the Imam Zaman. How much do you know him? Do you have Imam Shanasi? As Imam says in 1997 Farman, that you must recognize, that is the fundamental principle of our tariqah, that you recognize the Imam of the time. How can you love someone if you have not even recognized him? Golden Jubilee, Maula Baba says, I wish my Jamaat would recognize me. Golden Jubilee, that's 50 years of Imamat. Do we not know our Imam? Listen to what Maula Baba says. I wish my Jamaat would recognize me. That tells you right there, we have not recognized the Imam. Not his body. Everyone know who Aga Khan is. Everyone know who Shah Karim is. But do you know how Imam is Imam? How did he become Imam? What made him Imam? What was the process that he became Imam? What are his attribution? How does he work his Noor? How did he get his Noor? Have you recognized the Imam? If your answer is no, then you are right. Increase your ilm, ilm, ilm. Recognize the Imam, recognize the Imam, recognize the Imam. Imam in Khardar, Karachi, October 2000 talks about this. Go and seek those classes where the religion are taught. आप ऐसी जगहों को जाएं, ढूंढें और जाएं जहां पर मजहब की तालीम दी जाती है. So you may recognize the Imam. आप इमाम शनासी सीखें. आपने कभी सुना है इमाम शनासी का नाम? Have you ever even heard of the classes recognition of Imam? If your answer is no, you are not listening to Imam's Farman. And if you're not listening to Imam's Farman, how would you increase the ilm, the love, the recognition of the Imam in your heart? That's how you do it. G.
Thank you very much, sir. Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Sir, that reminds me one of the Farman from Kalama Imam Mubin. Sultan Muhammad Shah is saying that Hazar Jomane Orkine Ibadat Karo. So,
G.
that is very connecting to that increase the knowledge, take the knowledge, increase the knowledge, and recognize. And more we recognize, more we love the Imam of the time. So it is very beautiful. Thank you very much, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
There is a question in the chat saying that it was narrated from Umar bin al-Khattab that the Prophet said, actions are but by intentions, and each person will have but that which he intended.
अमाल का
Oh,
दारोमदार नियत पर है
yeah.
ये हदीस जी
Okay, so that's your comment to the group. Yes. So that also reminds me one thing. My mom, being a missionary, of course, but when I was in my teenager life, you know how we always get so excited during going to Jamaat Khana with new clothes and everything, and if we don't have, we get upset. My mom always used to tell me this in Gujarati that खुदा तो नियत देखे न देखे सूरत और लिबास. So
सुभान अल्लाह
खुदा तो नियत देखे, so the intention that you're going to Jamaat Khana is more important than your clothes and your surat, so and she still keeps repeating this sometimes, when we are too much into material things, she does keep repeating these things. So Shukran
सुभान अल्लाह
Alhamdulillah that all these little things is helping us to raise our understanding and our good intentions. So Shukran, thank you.
सुभान अल्लाह सुभान अल्लाह
I would like to ask that if it is okay that we can volunteer during dua time at security seva in parking lot. That's one of the question from our friend here, sir.
absolutely khidmat of the jamaat is the khidmat of the imam. Of course, someone has to give the qurbani to volunteer so other jamaat can feel comfortable inside the jamaat khana. That is your ibadat standing outside. That does not mean that your dua is forgiven. When you are inside the Jamaat Khana, make sure you offer your dua. Volunteerism is not an excuse, but it's a khidmat. आप इस बात को याद रखना कि वॉलंटियरिज्म बहाना नहीं है, खिदमत है. जब आप अपनी खिदमत अंजाम दे दें, अंदर आकर आप दुआ पढ़ेंगे. दुआ माफ नहीं है. Remember that part. G.
Thank you, sir. Very good detailed explanation about that. Sir, there is also same related question to add to this. What about security duty during Betul Khel Bandagi time?
Same. Why would it be any different? Right?
Right, good. Friends, if you have any questions or comments, please either use the hand raise features and the mics are open now. If you want to say something, please come forward.
Yeah, Aziz bhai, I have a question that how does voluntarism actually there is a farman for this imam saying that how does voluntary is an art of spirituality. I am just paraphrasing. How I mean, can you explain on that, please?
Volunteerism is the khidmat to the Jamaat. Remember, start from their part. Voluntarism is the khidmat to the Jamaat. And that is art in itself because it teaches you the khidmat, the kurbani. And voluntarism, if you are doing voluntarism and you are not understanding what that is, you are already losing it. Meaning, if you are there just because you are proud to be there, then that is not an art. In the art of the khidmat is to be humble. You must understand that this khidmat is the khidmat to the Jamaat and to the Imam of the time with humility. With humility. That is the important part. That is what Imam is talking about. Imam has given many farman on voluntarism. Many farman. Don't be proud when you're giving khidmat. Ji.
Sir, if you are looking for a PDF, I have already shared in the group, in the chat,
Okay.
the PDF of the Have You
Good.
Ever Wondered?
Okay. Good. 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 Ji.
Sir, does it okay to understand this way as a voluntarism, as when we are giving the seva, when we are doing the seva, we are doing for the Imam of the time, but in return we are doing for ourselves because we are all one in as a nafse wahida. We are from the single soul. So if I'm serving someone, actually I'm serving myself.
Yeah, you can say that, but the problem is then we are doing something for ourselves, and Imam says it doesn't matter what you do for yourself. See the problem?
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you do for yourself. It only matters what you do for others.
Others.
Do the khidmat, give the qurbani for the others, and it will reflect back on you. If you're near to do something for yourself, then Imam says it doesn't even matter. See, niyat, intention, G.
Okay. So intention should be serving the Jamaat, serving the Imam of the time, but
Serving
we
the
already,
Jamaat, serving
yes,
the Jamaat.
serving the
Serving
Jamaat.
the Jamaat is serving the Imam. Because
Hmm.
you will find many who wanted to serve the Imam, but they don't want to serve the Jamaat. See, that is the issue, that is the problem. Serving the Jamaat is serving the Imam. Serving the Imam is not serving the Jamaat. All of us want to serve the Imam. But when Imam, look at the framing of the voluntarism, serving the Jamaat. Okay, let me repeat what I said about 30 minutes ago. Serving the Imam, Imam did not say, I appreciate my Tariqa board chairman. They are serving the Imam. They didn't say, I appreciate the president of the board serving the Imam. I appreciate my volunteers because they are serving the Jamaat. You see, niyat should be to serve the Jamaat, and serving the Jamaat is serving the Imam. Serving the Imam is not serving the Jamaat. You see,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
give
Very big
Qurbani
difference.
for the Jamaat. Yes, Ji.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for clearing that for me. Thank you. Sir, there is one question in the chat about it is said the Ruhanis and the spirit come down on Laylatul Qadr, but after death, if they are merged with Allah, how can they come down? Sorry, this is out of the topic, but if you can shed some light on it, sir.
I don't think I understood the question completely. What do you mean spirit comes in the Laylatul Qadr? What does it mean? I don't understand the question. Could you clarify for me, please?
Friend, if you can clarify that question again, rephrase it, and then we can ask sir again about it. Okay, sir, there is another question. What is the purpose of saying Dua, Ghatpat, Sthapanji, Uthapanji, and Kayam Karanji?
Okay, I just answered that to somebody a couple of days ago. If you are the same purpose, then I have given you the answer. If not, remember in the Jamaat Khana, we will cover all of that. It's coming up. We just
Oh,
started with the building, right? We're going to talk about every single Kriya, rites and ritual in Jamaat Khana in coming days. Ji.
good. This is a very interesting question. जमात खाने की खिदमत से क्या मुराद है? किस तरह खिदमत करे जमात की?
हाँ, जिस तरह से भी आप जमात की खिदमत कर सकते हैं. स्ट्रेंज क्वेश्चन बट वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन. बहुत ही अजीब सवाल है लेकिन बहुत ही दिलचस्प सवाल है. मैं आपको मिसाल से समझा सकता हूं, ठीक है? आप जमात खाने जाते हैं, अगर वहां पर इमाम आपको कहे कि आप अपनी जान कुर्बान कर दें, जान, माल, तन, मन, धन, तो आप बोलेंगे लब्बैक मौला, मैं आपके लिए खिदमत करने के लिए तैयार हूं. ये बात दुरुस्त है? बिल्कुल दुरुस्त है. लेकिन अगर कोई आपका भाई बोलता है जमात खाने में कि यार मुझे आप घर तक राइड दे देंगे, या यार मुझे ये एक बात परेशान करती है कि आप मेरी मदद कर सकेंगे, क्योंकि आप अकाउंटेंट है, आप लॉयर है, आप डॉक्टर है, आप दुकान चलाने वाले हैं, आपके पास ये नॉलेज है, तो आप बोलते हैं मेरे पास वक्त नहीं है, जाओ जाओ. या आपको कोई कहता है कि मेरे को यहाँ बैठने में थोड़ी तकलीफ हो रही है, या मुझे पानी पिला दो, तो आप बोलते हैं जाके खुद ही पी के आओ, मेरी ड्यूटी है इधर, मैं यहाँ से हट नहीं सकता हूँ. क्योंकि आप खिदमत को समझ नहीं रहे हैं. जमात की खिदमत खुले दिल से करनी होती है, यानी कि हर तरह से करनी होती है. जो भी आपके पास है उससे आपको जमात की खिदमत करनी है. कभी कभार तन से करनी होती है, कभी कभार मन से करनी होती है. मन का मतलब है जो आपके पास नॉलेज है आप वो भी दे सकते हैं उसको. अगर उसको किसी चीज की तकलीफ है तो आप उसको समझा सकते हैं. अगर उसको फिजिकली कोई मदद की जरूरत है आप वो कर सकते हैं. मैं आपको चैलेंज करता हूँ, आपके दिमाग को चैलेंज करता हूँ. आपने कभी किसी बुढ़ी माँ को देखा है वो जमात खाने में जूते पहनने की कोशिश कर रही है बड़ी तकलीफ के साथ? कभी आपने झुक कर उसके जूते पहनाए आपने कभी? अगर नहीं पहनाए हैं आपने जमात की खिदमत नहीं की है. उसको बोलते हैं बोले बिगर खिदमत करना. कभी आपने ऐसा किया है कि किसी को देखे आप, कोई बूढ़ा शख्स है, कोई बूढ़ी माँ है, उससे वो जूते नहीं पहन सक रही है बेचारी, कभी आपने झुक कर जमीन पर उसके जूते पहनाए आपने उसको? इसको बोलते हैं जमात की खिदमत. खुले दिल से, तन मन धन से खिदमत. जो भी आपसे बन पड़े उसकी खिदमत करें. My friend, if you're gonna wash your dishes, please mute your phone. Please, please. अगर आप अपने बर्तन धो रहे हैं तो प्लीज अपना माइक म्यूट कर दें. We don't need to know you are washing your clothes or your dishes. Please keep your phone mute. जी.
Ji sir, that was a very good understanding of how to do the khidmat. It's not always the volunteer, the uniform volunteer khidmat, or not to only show that, okay, I'm doing the khidmat. There is a khidmat that we can just do even without showing that I'm doing a khidmat, So thank
Yeah,
you
and
very
there
much.
is another example, Firial, that Imam have said that always look for those who are in need. Extend your hand where help is needed. How many times do we extend our help when help is needed? See, we we see the khidmat in Jamaat Khana, but when somebody calls you and says, "Mera bhai, meri behan, can you help me?" We say, "No, we don't have a time." Extend your hand, Mullah says. Always look for the opportunity to help others. Always look for opportunity. That is the true khidmat. Because now nobody is watching you. You are not in uniform. Then when you do the khidmat, that is called khidmat. Because you did it even anybody knowing it. G, go ahead.
सर या अली मदद मैं एक आपकी एडवाइस या आपकी नॉलेज पता करना चाहती हूँ. I wanted to know about little bit the things what you have said earlier कि कुछ जमात खाने unfortunately बाहर के शू कंपनी को यूज करते हैं. Is this happening because Imam has allowed, Tariqa board has allowed, or Mukhi Kamariya Sahib has allowed? Otherwise, Jamaat Khana mein to koi bhi change without leaders or decision making from Hazmi Imam is only allowed. So, are they allowed like this? Because I have never
Very
seen
good.
any Khano
Right.
doing it. I
Very
have
good
been to
question.
many Khano. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you have never been to those Jamaat Khana where shoes company has been
No,
taken out?
no,
Never? Where do you
no.
live?
I live in Atlanta. I've been to
Atlanta.
Toronto. I have,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you have never been to a Jamaat Khana
No,
where
no,
shoes
no. I
company has been
am a
taken out?
volunteer. I know everything about Jamaat Khana. I go to
No, no, no.
Jamaat
Hold
Khana.
on. Listen, listen.
Yeah.
You asked me a question, right? So now
Yes, sir.
listen,
Yes. Yes.
listen. There is no Jamaat Khana in Atlanta where there is shoes company has been taken out.
As far as my knowledge, no, sir.
Your knowledge, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I would invite you to come to Austin Jamaat Khana, the brand new, beautiful Jamaat Khana, no shoes company. I would invite you to Dallas. Some Jamaat Khana has shoes company, other Jamaat Khana shoes company is gone. There
Acha.
are many in America, especially in Western countries, because we are too modern. In the name of modernity, we are taking something which is most precious in Khidmat, and that is Jamaat Khana, shoes company. Yes. So pray. I would say pray that it does not happen in your Jamaat Khana. How's that? Just pray that this khidmat is not taken away from you. Just pray. And this has happened when we are not understanding the value of a khidmat. G.
Sir, but is this allowed from Hazrimam, Mukhi Sahib, Tariqa board?
That's a good question. You should ask Mukhi Sahib and Tariqa board. You should absolutely would ask. I would ask. I would encourage you to ask.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Absolutely. G. So
There
somebody
is
is
a way.
replying to your question. The Northwest Jamaat Khana in Atlanta shoes company has been removed. So I would say in Atlanta, go to your Northwest Jamaat Khana and see if there's a shoes company or they have removed it. Then you can ask Mukhi Sahib and Tariqa board for the reason. And I can answer you right now. We are modern people. G.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Inshallah, I'll visit that Jamaat Khana because that Jamaat Khana going to
And
that Jamaat Khana.
don't forget to ask the question.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Thank
Oh,
you, sir.
another one. Atlanta headquarters Jamaat Khana has also removed the shoes company.
Okay, this is not in my knowledge because 6 months ago I went there, but I didn't see that.
Maybe it has happened. Okay. Well, now you have 2 Jamaat Khanas to visit.
Okay, sir.
Gee, I don't live in Atlanta, otherwise I could have told you that, but I don't.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parveen
Gee.
Punjani, you have a hand raised. Please unmute.
Yeah, that was me. I already asked
So,
my question. Sir.
कुछ वर्ड है 2 नंबर तो वो वर्ड निकला और एक होता है क्रॉस
Sir, I don't see any questions in the chat box anymore. And oh, there is a question. Is
I think we
volunteer seva good deeds of an individual?
absolutely yes. If your niyat is correct, volunteerism is the best deed of a mu'min. Niyat should be correct. If your niyat was to show off, then that is not correct. If your niyat is correct, khidmat, the volunteerism is the best good deed. Absolutely. All right, so we can stop here if there are no more comments or questions.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, friends, for joining.
Thank
Yali Madad.
you. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Ali Madad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yali Madad.
Yali
Thank you,
Madad.
Yalimada. Thank you.
Yali Madad.
Sir.
Ali Madad, sir.
Yalimada. Thank you.